Oh, I love the really thematic intro music that really gives you a hint at what time period this flashback will be in before the year actually pops up as a title. Hey, gay people! We did exist back then too! Also just love them doing a Naomi flashback for the introduction scene. This is the first real bit of context we get on her childhood or upbringing. Little detail of knishes being delivered in her neighborhood, one of Naomi's staple foods. This single long continuous shot is also so impressive for an animated show.
Daddy, guess what? I might
Not
go
now,
home.
Naomi. I want to relax. Throw a third, you schlemazel of a schmendrick! Of course.
Mama, guess what?
Hold on, I'm dealing with this mashugana oven. This brisket is drier than a Jack Benny routine.
Okay,
Susan won't get off. I've never been so mortified.
Love how chaotic this scene is. It really does a lot to illustrate why Naomi would feel like she has to scream to be able to get people's attention, or even really get them to acknowledge her presence in the room.
I can't hear the Dodgers, but I bet the Dodgers can hear you.
Always with the complaining, Ira. God forbid you miss a second and 9
Why would anyone move to California?
Can I tell you
Snuck out
something?
yesterday to see a Tarzan movie.
Carol's in town.
There's also a shit ton of fantastic details about her other family members and their relationships in these very short interactions.
We're terrorized by the pogroms. I'm terrorized by my own daughters.
Oh my god, are you okay?
My poor
What happened, little one?
I biked a whole block by myself.
You
That's
did?
incredible! Oh.
And this is an excellent indication of why Naomi often acts the way she does, so insistent on being the center of attention and often causing drama to do so, even if it isn't necessary. Very extreme, too, that she felt the need to resort to self-harm to achieve this. Just such unique and interesting characterization.
That's
did?
incredible! Oh, why didn't you say something?
Oh, and I love how her mom finds a way to criticize her, even as she explains this amazing feat that really she should only be proud of. A great way to show where she learned all of this behavior. Interesting to show how Yoshi is a partier before this episode that reveals this side of him that is able to be more modest and observant of many rules. And there's another great inclusion of a picture to signal Yoshi's connection to Judaism that has always been there since he was a child. He just never really realized before how comforting it could be to him, and how strictly he would like to observe it. I find these pictures also really good at conveying the emotional state of the families, as well as who is currently in them. In this picture, it seems almost as if Hannah is keeping her parents happy and together for the photo, even as Jen looks a bit unsure. Plus, Hannah is notably not looking at Jen and is instead bonding more with Avi.
You said if we're coming down to LA, let's get a house on the beach.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just wondering if you might have found a beach with quieter waves.
Starting off right away with Naomi complaining in such a beautiful location. It's how she knows to earn attention, as we saw, and it seems as if Elliot knows this and thus is able to simply wave it off. It doesn't really bother him. Welcome is an uber simple pun that I would totally expect to see in a basic ass Airbnb like this one. It's not unpleasant, don't get me wrong. There's something to that extremely non-realistic home-like experience.
Avi,
look
I
who's
love you, I
here.
love you, I love you. Say it back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, such a wild change to see that Avi does not say this back to her anymore. Shows how tired of her whole personality he is, and this pattern of her constantly fishing for love from her children.
I love you, I love you, I love you. Say it back.
You don't
I
have
love
to.
you, Grandma.
Also really great that they show you how he tries to shield his daughter from this behavior, not really wanting it to rub off on her in any way.
And Jen has business.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The attitude change is so abrupt, but it kind of kills me whenever I rewatch this episode. So well timed, comedically. And of course, there's gotta be drinking themed decorations at any vacation house. This is a staple.
Oh, airport flowers. How considerate. I'll have to find something to put them in.
Ha! Nice callback to the first episode when Naomi complained about Jen giving her an empty vase.
I have to find something to put in it.
It's just never right, whatever she does, because she has already decided to dislike Jen. Because Jen doesn't conform to her expectations.
Oh, I got nervous because I noticed you didn't bring a bottle of wine when I know you get a discount from your work, but if you say it's good, it's good.
Who would bring wine to an intervention?
First sign, this is all a ploy. enjoy. I love how this room is seemingly shell-themed, as if that should ever be a thing.
The Soakmaster 9 Jacuzzi with underwater lights and optional waterfall. I hear it makes the Soakmaster 8 look like a tub of old soup, but that's only if you trust the Hot Tub Weekly reviews. Bunch of hacks if you ask me. They've lost their edge since Gore Vidal died.
Once again, this show nails a very unique family dynamic and exchange, the one of being trapped in a conversation with your father about a seemingly inane thing that you don't really care about. Sorry, I love you, Dad, but I'm not really interested in the ins and outs of the hot tub community and Gore Vidal's effect on it. The sign saying Live, Laugh, Beach, which is usually about the level of creativity in these types of signs.
Stop! Kendra, they're beautiful.
What? The juxtaposition between her reactions to her children's wives is astounding.
There's some barley blossoms gleaned by the beautiful Naomi in the Book of Ruth, and the lilies symbolize love from the Song of Solomon.
She gets it. You're the perfect freaking Jewish daughter.
I know just the place for them.
However, I do kind of like that this moment does show that there is a way to please Naomi. Like, she genuinely will only praise you if you do every single tiny part right, but you get no points for intention. If you want to get her flowers and have her like them, you need to get her the right flowers and put a shit ton of thought behind it, like Kendra does here.
Shira, you're not wearing that tonight.
How was I supposed to dress for an intervention?
It has to look like an anniversary party. Yoshi will get suspicious if he sees you looking like, and don't take this the wrong way, a panhandler with clown hair.
What's the right way to take that?
Immediately insulting Shira's appearance, but hiding behind that "don't take this the wrong way," so that if Shira is offended, she can act like she wasn't trying to be rude, which she totally was.
I gotta be honest, I didn't even know that Yoshi had a problem.
Me neither. I feel terrible. I haven't been checking in on him since he moved to LA.
A good way to show how this lie affects other people, she had Shira and Avi genuinely worried for him. It isn't harmless.
Regardless, is not a schnook entitled to a little intervention every now and then?
You laugh, but a schnook is entitled.
This joke gets love from me anytime it's repeated. I just love the construction so much, and it's always so well used. This is a great set of bro memorabilia. I know this is a reference to this book, but what does this even mean?
I knew you wouldn't bring anything decent, so I packed an extra dress for you.
Fun. I'll wear my mother's clothes like that normal guy from the movie Psycho.
Shira has the best shades in the show. She always has a snappy comeback. Also, her wanting Shira to wear her clothes is a very smart way to signal that she wants her kids to basically just act exactly like what she prefers, what she believes is the best. Whatever she did in her life, even if it is vastly out of style.
Guess what? Grandma bought me an iPhone.
Your grandma? What? The iPhone?
It's so much better than reading.
Hannah cannot have a phone.
One of us has to tell Mom to take it back.
Oh, and which one of us do you think that should be?
Oh my god, seriously, Avi? Okay, they really get you to understand why Jen is so frustrated with this family, especially this episode.
Thanks for coming down to LA. It's great for us to be together. Whoa, what's going on? Why is Shira dressed weird?
I love that Shira's supposedly more inconspicuous outfit, as Naomi said, immediately sets off Yoshi's alarm bells. Oh look, another pun in the background that makes no sense. I love this house.
But there is something very difficult I need to talk about. The hot tub isn't heating.
Seriously, Dad, no one cares.
I'm not nobody, and I care.
I love Elliot so goddamn much. And this continues to be so realistic that he hyperfixates on this one tiny issue.
It was 1976, Golden Gate Park. I see this tall, golden-haired Adonis high off his gourd on psychedelics.
Mom!
It was a different time. Drugs were fun then, but now they're bad.
Nice save, Elliot.
I thought I was surrounded by werewolves.
It was a very hairy era. No one shaved anything.
Why are you looking at me?
Suddenly...
What the fuck? The humor is so unhinged. I love how this environment is drawn at night, such a unique art style. And another flawlessly designed room filled to the brim with tchotchkes, trinkets, and goofy sayings.
Naomi, this soup looks amazing. What's in it?
Always so interested in my recipes, Jen. If I gave you all my secrets, my son would never come to visit.
Oh, could you imagine?
I like how they show them bonding over recipes, as Avi claimed in Shira Can't Cook.
She and Mom used to bond over cooking.
Mom and Jen responded.
showing us how he misinterpreted moments like these as positive. They give you a lot of context for why each individual character feels the way they do, and how people can come to the conclusions that they have.
Yoshi, we love you, but you're an addict and it's enough already.
Huh? I'm not an addict.
That's the first thing every addict says.
Your mother feels. We feel.
Ooh, clever moment to show how Elliot can often be steamrolled into going along with these schemes.
You didn't call on our anniversary. It's not like you.
Is that what this
Avi
is
and
about?
Shira also didn't call, but that's not so unusual for them.
Ah, and there it is, the real reason everyone is here. Naomi didn't feel loved by her family on her anniversary, so she felt the need to invent a conflict. Just like in the opening scene, to bring everyone together, to force them to give her that love that she requires.
Danny, my mom knows something's up. She thinks I'm addicted to something.
Hey, just tell her the truth. I told my mom, she was super supportive.
My mom will not be supportive. I gotta just pretend to be an addict, then get clean so she gets off my back.
This mystery is handled really well. I was guessing thousands of different things, and none of them were what was actually going on. Really intriguing as an episode plot.
You don't think this intervention was just a way to get us all to come to their anniversary party?
Yeah, it's Mom. She has to make everything a catastrophe because it's the only way she knows how to get attention.
I think it's good that Shira recognizes this pattern to show how prevalent it was throughout their upbringing.
So you brought down the good camera for the intervention? Or because you thought we might want to take family photos?
Shira, of course the only thing we care about is Yoshi. But you know what? If we have a few minutes, I'm going to try calling the owner about the hot tub.
This little jingle as Elliot redirects back to the hot tub is so fucking good.
Avi, I'll talk to Mom soon. Oh, would you look at that? It just turned soon.
Showing how much Jen has to push Avi just to get him to talk to his own mother about things that he himself is upset about as well. Even the bathroom has priceless signs all over the place.
I just thought the phone would be a way to see Hannah once in a while.
I know,
I'm
Mom,
not
but...
complaining, but I never see her, and it feels like you're punishing
No, I'm
me
not
for
punishing
what
you.
I can't imagine, but I'm sure I
No,
deserve it.
no,
That's your
that's not
prerogative.
what-
I'm not complaining.
Dad, you
Is it
understand
true?
why
Are
you
we
can't just give
terrible
Hannah a phone,
grandparents
right?
ruining Hannah's life?
This is some extremely realistic behavior from Naomi here, with the I'm not complaining as she complains, as well as her berating and insulting herself heavily, taking Avi's minor criticism super far so that he feels he has to go on the defensive on her behalf. She's written incredibly well, and lines like these give you insight into how she manipulates her children, consciously or unconsciously. Again, I'm not saying she's an evil person, okay? This is just what she does. After all, through this episode, we have discovered that this is a learned habit for her. She might not even realize she's doing it anymore. Additionally, I'd add that it's smart that Naomi isn't completely devoid of reality in her argument, where sure, Avi certainly isn't punishing her, but he is likely keeping Hannah away from her to protect her from this very behavior that he felt negatively shaped him. And because she undercuts his parenting at every turn. So why would he bring his daughter around? I also love that she immediately redirects the blame onto Jen.
But if it bothers Jen...
Rather than accept that Avi, her child, could actually have a real problem with her, it's just Jen controlling him, which is not at all remotely true. Such great writing. And there's so many layers to this exchange. And they've been building into it throughout this entire season with the establishment of Naomi's character traits.
Yeah, I'm gonna go call the hot tub manufacturer.
Also kind of smart to show how Elliot might have played into this behavior by never involving himself, letting too much of it just breeze by him and not really taking an assertive role in ensuring that Naomi is not too overbearing on their children. He's, like, not really present this episode. He's doing his hot tub thing. And again, I do find that side plot really funny, but it is indicative of a general lack of participation in the household, especially considering that Naomi said he always forced her to be the bad guy way back in There's a Mattress in There.
She'll hate me for the rest of my life, but honestly, how many years do I have left
You're
anyway?
in your 60s.
I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. You don't know.
In this scenario, am I driving the bus?
Oh shit, wow, that's really clever considering she does actually pass away soon after this. You really do never know what's coming. That's why it's so important to have these conversations, you know, while they're still around, while you still can.
Avi, did your mom agree to take back phone? Did she apologize?
Love that Jen has wine teeth.
Sorry, Mom. I'm busy doing drugs.
Drugs? Yoshi, I'm coming in.
No, Danny, go now.
Oh no, I'm a caterpillar.
Sometimes Danny is a bit much for me, but this gag is perfectly zany. I love it.
Okay, you caught me. I do dank. Crank,
no.
purple drank, sticky icky ooey. Some of that good. White girl, disco biscuit, zippy zap, Mexican hellos, starship, who am I? Gorilla butt, noodly doodly doodly doos, and math.
Impressive how many alternates Yoshi has up his sleeve. Great line reading, too. Naomi invading Shira's space this entire scene and then accusing her of spilling wine on her dress.
Shira!
Kill me, I'm so fucking tilted at this woman right now.
I'm Orthodox now.
That's so much worse.
The fucking dolly zoom like Naomi's in a horror movie. And the sound cue is great, of course, too. Also says so much about Naomi as a person that her son not subscribing to her worldview is worse to her than him being an actual addict.
All those rules? I can't imagine letting myself be ordered around like that.
Shira, go wash off that stain.
Ugh, fine.
Ha! Hilarious bit of hypocrisy here.
Danny started dating this Orthodox girl, so I started going to services with them, and it clicked.
It clicked? What's clicked?
Love that she doesn't even understand what he means by this, as she has only ever observed religion to likely appease her family, as she thinks that is the correct way to live. That's why she holds such high expectations for everyone else. She expects everyone to do it exactly the same, how she did it for her family. It's not really about belief for her, it's about tradition.
I have felt lost for so long. And I don't feel lost anymore. If I have a question about what to do or how to be, I have a place to look for answers, and I can ask the rabbi.
Such a wonderful moment for Yoshi's arc, as we've spent a lot of time this season with him being unsure about his position in the world. Watching him be so confident of this decision and have a definite path forward, it makes me feel so proud of him. And I can't wait to explore this more in the future because it is such a great turn for his character arc.
I figured it out, and I gave it to my children because I love them, but they reject it because they want to reject me.
Mom, not everything is about you.
That is the meanest thing you could possibly say to me.
Wow, this really goes so far to show that Naomi is really self-centered. Everything is about her, and if it isn't, it should be, from her point of view. That's why she's really angry with Yoshi here. Control.
Vanilla ice cream cake.
The writing on the cake.
My 3 least favorite musical acts.
Clever joke, but how dare you insult cream and cake? Ever heard of White Room? The Distance? Pfft, no taste, Avi. I am so disappointed in you.
Mom, you made it in a non-kosher kitchen.
But it's okay if we're on vacation.
But not for me, it isn't.
Yoshi, just eat the cake.
I can't eat it.
Of course you can eat it.
He doesn't want to eat the cake, Mom. Okay,
Eat
this
the
is
cake.
just
Eat the cake.
ridiculous. Stop.
Why are you trying to hurt me? Be a good boy and eat your mother's cake.
What in the? I turn up? No! I'm sorry, God! I didn't want to do it!
Mom, stop.
If he doesn't want to eat the cake, he doesn't have to eat the cake.
Carolina, you forced it into his mouth! This level of unaccountability, this lack of understanding about what she's even doing, how much she hurts her children is so viscerally shown in this scene. Even immediately after hurting her own child, she retreats into defensiveness, that she was just acting in his best interests, as if he needed a piece of cake, and that he doesn't have to eat it, acting as if she gives them any agency when she actively rips it away at every opportunity from each one of her children.
We're never the right amount for you. So you gotta push and nudge and adjust and correct. Look at me, I have a good job. 2 wonderful kids.
A smoking hot wife?
A smoking hot wife. But all you see is clothes you don't like?
Shira states their feelings extremely succinctly here, as well, that it just causes them to feel less than, as if they're never going to be enough for her, so they stop trying to please her at all. Like Avi with the I love yous.
You don't know how to just love us.
Just love. You think love is passive. You just sit there and love. No, I push you because I love you.
You push us away.
Interesting way for Naomi to state her point of view. She has a fundamentally different concept, a flawed concept, of what love actually is. For her, it isn't accepting those she cares for, even with their different choices. It's about pushing them to be what she expects them to be, to align them with her image of the best kind of person, which also just so happens to to be similar to what she had to do. Love to her is more obligation and duty.
Right, Avi? It's like with Hannah's phone. I know Jen wants you to not like it, but you understand.
Mom, no! I don't understand you at all.
What?
The dress, the phone, this whole night. You had to trick us into having a dinner with you. Why? What does that say about you as a mother?
Okay, Avi, that's
And
a
then
little...
Yoshi tries to be honest with you, and you just steamroll him because everything has to be about you. I swear to God, you're like an octopus. You're smothering us in your arms and just sucking and sucking and sucking.
Realistic that Avi would lash out so harshly after all this time he spent suppressing his emotions, and so heavily, too. From this scene and several others throughout this first season, we get indications that he is Naomi's favorite, that he did the most to align himself with what she wanted him to be. But when he couldn't anymore, he still couldn't muster the courage to have a conversation with her about why he feels that way, so he just sort of retreats. Just like he does at first in this scene when Shira asks him to stand up with her to Naomi.
I never knew that my own children felt so strongly.
Crucial little line that signals why it's important to communicate with your family. She didn't even know or realize. And if she did, maybe they could have worked through this issue together much earlier. Not that it's any of their fault, but still, this is why honest communication is the bedrock of strong families. Avi's extremely harsh here, but it's largely because it's been so long without him saying a word. And as a result, he kind of overstates his disdain for her. This isn't actually how her children really feel about her. She isn't just this manipulative person who wants everything to be about her. Sure, she can act that way from time to time, but it doesn't mean there aren't also years of beautiful moments that show how much she does actually care for them. It doesn't mean she was a bad mother overall. It doesn't mean Avi doesn't love her. Of course he does. And that's why he worked so hard not to say these things, because he knew it would hurt her feelings, and he generally wants to please her and care for her. But because he waited too long, he ended up hurting her a bit.
I could feel it was a little much.
A little much.
You did just call your mother a mollusk.
I liked it.
This little moment getting drunk Jen going is such a great little gag. I also just love her getting gradually worse throughout the episode.
Yeah. Is this about Hannah's phone? She doesn't need a phone. She just likes taking pictures. Hannah, come tell your parents what we did.
Grandpa and I did a trade. I gave him the phone back, and he gave me his fancy camera. Look!
Adore this clever resolution that Elliot finds to this dilemma, kickstarting Hannah's known interest in photography. It also shows how he does parent, but he's just not one to really get involved directly in conflicts, namely when it comes up to standing up to his wife. Like I said, none of these characters are bad or toxic, and they're all very complex and have flaws and definite strengths.
I'm sorry I blew up at you. I didn't mean it.
Why lie now?
Okay, I meant it, but I shouldn't have said it that way.
I'm a horrible mother. All my children hate me.
We don't hate you. Of course you know.
Oof, great interaction to show how tired of it all Avi really is. He can't bring himself to say, I love you to her, because of how much she stated things like this, that all her children hate her. Even if that, of course, is not remotely true.
Do you remember Hannah's baby naming? We played that Goo Goo Dolls song.
How could I forget? You didn't have any Hebrew.
And there it is.
You don't
we
play
didn't do
Goo Goo
Hebrew.
Dolls.
The only reason we did any of it was for you.
For me?
I invited
No,
all the
that was
relatives,
not for me.
gave Hannah a Jewish name after your mother, but you still complain we didn't do it right. And I decided, what's the point of any of this if it's never going to be enough for you?
It would be enough if you just did it right. So what? I should just be quiet?
Or you could ask, what does this Goo Goo Dolls song mean to you? And we could have a conversation.
A great specific example about how this pattern appears in their life, where Avi tries and tries, but all she ever does is complain. She doesn't show appreciation toward them, reassurance, something every child needs and looks for in their guardians. Avi just wants her to engage, and yeah, sure, this Goo Goo Dolls song was just a goofy choice that wasn't super important to him personally, but to get no love from the fact that he put an entire event together for her, to only hear criticism because one small part that he just assumed was a small little bit that didn't matter wasn't how she expected, just breaks his heart. And that's why he doesn't try anymore. Even even now, she dismisses it, saying that because it isn't some hugely important emotional choice to him, the decision to do this Goo Goo Doll song is stupid and vapid, and she was right to not ask him about it. Like, honestly, yeah, Naomi, sometimes just don't say anything. If you don't like his answer for why the Goo Goo Doll song was played, you can just say, oh, huh, okay, that's fun. Not that hard, really, and no one gets hurt. And you can still say, thank you for naming her after my mother. I mean, even if you do have to get that criticism out, at least let the praise out too. Come on, acknowledge something.
It was funny. Well, good conversation. Can't wait to see what jokes you've planned for Hannah's bat mitzvah.
Mom, Hannah's not...
Love this little pause as Avi can't even bring himself now to tell his mother that Hannah isn't going to have a bat mitzvah. As of now, it's kind of up in the air, based on what Hannah said in the season finale, which we'll cover soon.
I want to have a better relationship with you, but something has to change.
Fantastic line. So important to state to family members who repeatedly try to control you like Naomi does. There is no relationship in the future if you repeatedly take advantage of people like this. People cannot stifle their own wants and needs for so long without you relenting or making any progress. It's just like in Bojack. People can't just toe the line and deal with you when you repeatedly hurt them and show no signs of changing, no matter how much you believe it to just be who you are or just be the correct way of living.
Tell me about your shul.
What do you care?
I want to know.
It's a good shul. Everyone knows each other. Maybe sometimes it gets a little chilly in the evening.
You don't wear the nice sweater I got you?
It kind of shrunk in the dryer.
Yoshi, did you read the label?
It just said large, which is no longer true.
The other label with the washing instructions.
There are two labels?
I'll show you. You'll like it. It's full of codes and symbols. Like the Torah.
That does sound kind of fun. Thanks, Mom.
And I love so much that Naomi does actually take a step toward Yoshi and begin asking about his shul. Why does he like Orthodox Judaism? What made him fall in love with it? Proving that she does indeed have real love for her children and will change for them after they're honest about their issues with her. It's a very heartfelt ending and one that I would love to see elaborated on, especially considering Naomi passed away not too long after these events. It's very uplifting and positive about the future, and I'm very eager to see how much progress she was able to make. Plus, it's just such a cute, realistic exchange with Yoshi's confusion about the labels and her offering to explain them to him, even ensuring that he'll enjoy it because she does know him well. She's his mother.
Would you call this hot?
Warm at best.
I love this comment after all that hubbub about the hot tub this episode.
Don't tell your father.
Ugh, again, I just love the art style so goddamn much for this show. So cartoony, yet very dreamy, almost nostalgic, like we're looking at memories. Look at this beautiful painting. Some really fantastic doodles in the end credits for this one in particular, too. I want a side story with the octopus and this pot. If you enjoyed this video, consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/PosiTVty. That's PosiTVty. There you get all of the videos before they go up on YouTube. You can choose exactly what you want to see on the channel, and you get the unedited essays so you can hear all of my mistakes and the things that I choose to cut out. But any bit of support really helps me out, and I appreciate you being here at all, so thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, even just watching. I appreciate your presence on this earth, and I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll see you for the next video. Let me know what you think it should be. See you soon!